When the warrior king Hammond conquered the ancient land of Cybernia, his coming roused the antagonism of powerful forces, most of which were more or less human, but also of one who was not. Sanctuary. The assault on the walls is beaten back. A weary king summons his court magician, the wise Elric.
You look ill, your highness. Allow me to prepare a potion for you.
No, I am only tired. So very tired. Take over for me.
He stumbles to his chamber on leaden feet, his sword dropping from nerveless fingers, and barely reaches his bed, falling across it asleep at once. What disturbs his sleep he does not know, but he suddenly starts up, his heart beating wildly.
What? Who?
And then he sees a familiar, dreaded figure.
No, it cannot be.
The thing approaches. Hammond listens, sick with horror, as it begins to speak.
Yes, it is I. You did not believe the ancient law, but now you shall. You conquered but could not rule Cybernia. Then one day you learned of the existence of Dragon Hinge and the tomb of the Druid King from a captured rebel.
And we cannot serve anyone who does not wear the crown of ancient kings.
Very well. I shall go to the tomb and get the crown. How will I find this place?
I will tell you where it is, your majesty, if you will spare my life.
Done.
The wretch then gave you the location of the tomb, but Elric had misgivings.
I have heard legends of this Dragon Hinge, and also of a curse.
Nevertheless, I am going. Now take this villain and execute him.
The next day found you at the entrance.
You must go on alone, sire. I dare not go farther.
Then farewell, good Elric. I shall return wearing the crown, or I shall not return at all.
Fighting a growing sense of panic, you descended endless flights of stairs, coming at last to a massive metal-wrought door, which swung open effortlessly, admitting you to the subterranean city. The feeling of being watched began and grew as you proceeded. And then you entered our tomb, the sacred resting place of generations of Druid kings, which no man had ever seen and lived.
There it is, the crown.
As you took the crown, you observed something which has haunted your dreams ever since.
His eyes. They are opening.
Then on your way back to your castle, you looked back. Just once. Your eyes were not playing tricks, mortal. I followed you here and will continue to follow you to your death. I cannot return to my eternal rest until the violation of my tomb has been avenged. Prepare to die, for your time has come.
No, help me! Help! Oh, it is you, Elric. And it was only a dream. A terrible dream.
Yes, you screamed, sire. Tell me about it.
Briefly, Hammond tells his wizard of the dream.
But I know the dead cannot harm the living, and so I am determined to complete my tower.
Working day and night, his vassals build the king a mighty fortress.
Now I will see what I can do, sire. What man can do, magic can improve.
And Abarak works a spell upon the walls.
The stones and mortar are joined. This tower will stand forever.
For a time, Hammond feels secure behind his strong walls. But then, one night...
No, it cannot be. I must be going mad.
Demon warriors mounted on monstrous birds launch an aerial assault on the tower.
No, it cannot be. Ah!
Then Hammond wakens.
Another dream. But so very real, so vivid. It is an omen, a warning. I must put a roof on my tower.
Soon the roof is done.
A metal roof. Our king is clever. Aye, they're frightened.
Oh, boo.
Again the wizard does his work.
Now you are certainly safe, my lord. No being, natural or supernatural, can pass that mystic symbol.
But the very next night,
I heard a sound. What? We forgot to protect it from below.
a score of hideous, inhuman shapes burst from the hard-packed earth and attacked the hapless king.
No! Help! Save me, Abarak!
He flees up the stairs until at last there is nowhere to run. Something seizes him, and then he realizes.
Oh no, again! I was dreaming again. But this time, I very nearly leaped to my death. I cannot even trust myself. What am I to do?
We must seal the tower off completely from the rest of the castle. I will design one secret door.
Yes, I must be safe. Fill in all the doors and windows.
And soon the work is underway. Abarak has the workmen install one door, which can only be opened from within. And the ground beneath is paved and protected against entry by magic.
The last stone is in place, Lord. It is all done.
Yes, except for one thing. You men know the secret of the door. I'm sorry, but your existence endangers me. Therefore, you must die.
No.
Safe at last. No power on earth can harm me now, neither man nor demon.
Aye, your highness.
I can sleep again, sure that no one can enter, for only you and I...
Yes, your majesty?
Only one other person on earth even knows where the doorway is. Elric. If he were to die...
Quick as thought, the king's blade flashes out at the aged wizard. But...
Elric, you still stand! What manner of being are you? Or is your magic greater than I knew?
Neither your sword nor your tower can save you now, foolish man, for I am not Abarak. The real Abarak is long since dead. He never returned from Dragonhinge.
But then, who?
What? Have you not guessed?
I caused the dreams which made you build this tower.
This tower, which is now your prison and your tomb. For when you try the door, you will find it will not open for you.
as he realizes the trap he had built for himself, Hammond begins to scream. His royal vassals try to force the tower. In vain. At length, unable to stand the sound of his mad terror, they open the gates and flee into the night, until the castle stands empty and deserted, save for one man in a stone tower who screams for a very long time. The end. In the darkness beyond the conscious mind of man, the ragged sisters of destiny stir the hot boiling brew that nourishes the darkness in the human spirit. For mortals love to play the game of evil. They yearn for the face of evil, to see it, to fear it, to hate it, to destroy it. And it would have to be a face such as the villagers knew, the face of the monster.
Glow, fire, burn, flame, reveal the quarry of this deadly game. Isn't he a pretty one, dear sister? Perfect for our needs, dear sister. Destiny has shaped him well for his role. What weak mortal could abide him? The brew is good and true. Just savor the sign of Satan's stew. Death this day, but not the game's finish, dear sister. It begins and ends with the villagers below. They have come upon hard times, the failure of crops, sickness, poverty. There seems no end to it, and they grumble with discontent.
The players gather, for Andreas Fleck, the monster, has appeared in the village.
It's him, the monster. For years he hides in his castle, and now he makes his second visit here.
That face, that evil eye. Yes, while we suffer he seems healthy and smug.
And why not? Is it not said that the devil takes care of his own?
I wonder what goes on in that castle of his.
Look at him! See his contempt for us? What do our lives and property mean to one such as that?
Is he really a sorcerer, as they say? Can he harm my children?
There are stories, strange, fearful tales. Don't follow me about with your whispers. Why didn't you store food as I did?
Monster! Monster! How many skeletons in your castle, monster? Look out! His glance can strike us down!
Andreas, menacing in his wrath, enters the tinker's shop. To the unsuspecting, his guest seems simple and direct.
Is it done, tinker? Have you fashioned the music box?
I have it here. It was made with great care.
I'm paying you well for it, probably more than your skill merits. It had better please me.
It will play the music you wish, a strange tune.
None that we have heard before. It seems to cast a spell.
It is not a spell meant for you, Tinker's wife. Your ears have long been closed to such melodies.
In the clouded silence that follows, Andreas leaves in his mysterious manner.
You should have held your tongue, woman. It's not wise to anger such a man.
Monster, you mean? That music is surely for some devil's ritual.
Andreas quickly mounts his carriage and departs from the village. Following him are the shrill shouts of hate.
Don't return, monster. We don't want your kind.
Take your evil with you to your cursed castle.
As through a bursting dam the hate pours forth in a flood, Every hidden guilt and fear and despair surges in Andreas's stormy wake.
The demon almost ran us down. He would have liked that.
The monster. He'll regret this. We must tolerate him no longer.
Yes, we must get rid of him. Rouse the village to action.
The parting threats mean nothing to Andreas. His life has been spent in solitude, within the world of his old castle, a reality of his own making, where the outside is an unpleasant illusion.
How good it feels to be home again. How warm, how tranquil. And this music box. What a happy surprise it will be for Marie.
Yet this time-worn, somber world is not unshared. There is beauty and grace, and the presence of a lovely woman.
I have it, Marie, just as I promised. It is the music box, remember? The one that plays only our song. Ah, you are overcome by emotion. There is no need for words. I know how eager you must be to hear the first notes. There, now as I open the lid, our little world shall no longer be cheerless. Listen, my dear. Do you hear it? Isn't it wonderful how it fills the heart? Shall we sing it together, Marie?
Time has almost made them as one. Her thoughts are his. Andreas has the power to anticipate her every wish.
Oh, of course, perhaps later. What? I see. You wish me to read your favorite sonnets while the music plays.
And thus, Andreas Fleck lives in quiet content, while the outside world seethes with the clamor of crisis. He will have none of such madness. Here is the magic tinkle of the music box, the beauty of timeless words, and the more radiant beauty of Marie, serene and loyal, listening attentively to his every word. It is a perfect world to Andreas.
If time stands still, so be it. If beauty stands eternal, so be it. But though I wither and die in the shadow of thee, so be it.
But the odor of devil's brew blows down from the dark hills. The trap of destiny is closing on the peaceful world of Andreas Fleck.
Make no sound. The monster must not suspect he has visitors.
He's reading. I'll wager that is Satan's Book of Lost Souls. That's it. The monster is conducting a dark ritual.
And that girl, she sat so still, as if spellbound by that servant of Lucifer.
Make haste. We must summon the others to save the girl. Follow me, men. This time we've caught the monster, holding prisoner some poor girl he has captured.
There may be only moments left before he offers up his victim to Satan. We must stop him at all costs.
I knew it. That monster was at the bottom of all our troubles.
The sound of doom is never silent. Andreas is alerted to its coming.
Men, torches, the rabble from the village come this way. They sound ugly, enraged. I suppose it had to happen. They have always hated me, feared me, and now at last they act. I'll use the roof to reach the room which contains my collection of antique pistols. They may be bent on violence. I must be ready for that. Why do they come here? They've always shunned me. I didn't care. I made my own world in this place.
And now our worlds collide. Why? It makes no sense. They anger without reason. They're just superstitious fools, the victims of their own fears. But perhaps this pistol will frighten them away. They must not disturb my world. They have come. They're breaking down the door. Stay calm, Marie. Your Andreas will take charge of this. Stand back. What is the meaning of this?
Look out! He's got a gun!
So have I.
Shoot, before he gets one of us.
This'll stop him.
Why? Marie!
The sound of violence fades, even as Andreas breathes his last.
He's dead. The monster is dead.
He'll plague us no more, and we've saved the girl.
But look at the girl. Look at her. The wig, the waxen face, the artificial limbs. She's not real. She's from some store window, a mannequin.
With the return of reason, the secret of Andreas Fleck reveals itself.
She was real to him. He called her Marie.
So the monster was nothing but a tragic hermit. All these years shut away from reality, he made his own. He should have been put out of harm's way in some asylum.
Yes, then this might never have happened.
For he was out of harm's way here, in his world, or so he thought.
But we were the monsters. We were the devils.
On the Hill of Witches the fires are out, and the Sisters of Fate have fled. But what of men's ancient fears? Have they gone as well?